For the first time, men and women have collectively agreed that Angel Reese was tripping when she got fouled by Caitlin Clark, even though Angel Reese caused the first foul. You see, after Angel Reese fouled Shotty trying to get the ball, but Shotty ain't getting mad, the minute Caitlin Clark reached for that ball, she want to flop to the floor and try to throw hands. Like, what you trying to throw hands for? Then when you look up close and personal, you see it was a basic foul. They gave her a flagrant foul for this. How? That baby had foul, bro. You about to throw hands and crash out about that foul? Not to mention, she hit the ball. You decide to go flop over it, trying to pull a LeBron James. No disrespect to the GOAT. But I'm happy that majority of men and women collectively agree on the internet that Angel just got a problem with Shotty for no reason at this point, bro. Like, now, it's just a one-sided beef.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So the WNBA is back, okay? Something that nobody has ever been excited about. But at this point in 2025, the WNBA has turned into a full-blown culture war, right? I think people watch, not for the basketball, not for the quality play, but because of the drama, right? These women are basically the gift that keeps on giving when it comes to drama in the WNBA, okay? Mainly involving Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, and what appears to be a completely one-sided beef at this point, right? It's mainly just Angel Reese hating Caitlin Clark because Caitlin Clark is light years better than her, right? And Caitlin Clark is making a lot more money than she is. Caitlin Clark just seems to be everything that Angel Reese wishes she was, or what she thinks she is, okay? Because she's certainly not on the same level as Caitlin Clark. And that brings me to this game between the Chicago Sky and the Indiana Fever, in which the Indiana Fever ended up basically blowing out the Chicago Sky. But everybody is talking about this foul here that happened when Caitlin Clark basically stopped Angel Reese from getting an easy layup, which we don't even know if it was a guaranteed easy layup for Angel Reese, considering how she misses so many easy layups. But anyways, this foul caused Angel Reese to lose her mind on the court trying to fight Caitlin Clark, right? So without further ado, let's go ahead and play this clip.
Strong on a three. And look out, Caitlin Clark pushes Angel Reese, and Angel Reese gets right up into Caitlin Clark. Afterwards has something to say as Clark walks away. We know there are always increased eyeballs, energy, and attention around the matchups between Reese and Clark, and Angel Reese is still going after Caitlin Clark in the aftermath.
Yeah, so before we look at this replay, right, apparently Angel Reese, she said, "You crazy as F." Okay, "You crazy as F" is what she said, right here. Yeah, apparently that's what she said. And tried to fight Caitlin Clark. Now, as you guys can see, this right here, in my opinion, is not dirty, right? This is just a regular foul, right? Who knows? Maybe Angel Reese flopped. Who knows, okay? It was a nice hard foul. Angel Reese was about to attempt a layup. I'm not going to say it was an easy layup for her. But she was attempting a layup, and Caitlin Clark decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to foul her and make her shoot free throws, right? Which ultimately, at the end of the day, kind of turned out to be a good decision, considering how she missed the free throw, right? At least one of the free throws. Immediately after being fouled. So, I mean, look, at the end of the day, it was a hard foul. It was nothing that Angel Reese should have been mad and upset about, right? Trying to fight Caitlin Clark. Like, come on, this type of behavior, it's embarrassing. It really is. This is stereotypical behavior from certain types of individuals who tend to have anger issues, right? And she's trying to take it out on the court when, you know, at the end of the day, what she really needs to be doing is putting more effort into improving her game, right? And maybe she wouldn't be so angry at Caitlin Clark, right? I'm just saying. Because in my opinion, that seems to be the problem here, okay? Because when you look at the box score, when you look at some of the information here, yeah, Angel Reese struggled, okay? I mean, she was grabbing rebound after rebound, but missing layups, okay? Missing shots, getting blocked by Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark had her number all game. Like, for example, right here, okay? Look at Angel Reese tried to get 2 layups. Brick. Caitlin steals the ball, right? Caitlin steals the ball. And then you have this nice three-pointer right here from Caitlin Clark, okay? Some Steph Curry type stuff. Nice, clean. Now look at Angel Reese on the bench. Look at Angel Reese. Yeah, that's what happens when you're looking at greatness, right? This is the face of jealousy and hate right here, okay? So with that being said, this is what Caitlin Clark had to say about the foul after the game.
Walk me through your perspective on the flagrant foul, and what was the point you were trying to make to her?
It's just a good take foul, you know? If either Angel gets wide open 2 points or, you know, we send him to the free throw line. Nothing malicious about it. It's just a good take foul. Every basketball player knows that.
Walk me.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Now, the WNBA has classified it as a flagrant, even though I don't think it's a flagrant. I think that it was a flop. Regardless, the race hustlers are upset, right? People are boohoo, whine, and cry, talking about racism, okay? Which, you know, we got to talk about here because Angel Reese is getting a whole lot of backlash, right? For her behavior, her attitude, what she did, okay? She decided to lash out and to try to fight on the court.
Every black woman should be pissed off right now. No one even wants to talk about. I wonder how does Sid Colson and Breonna Turner and Kelsey Mitchell and Dewana Bonner and AB feel as black women, Dantas, as black women, not only seeing your teammate do something like that to another black woman, and that black woman is the one that's made out to be the villain. That black woman is the one that's being disrespected by your fans in your house, and you're a black woman, and you got a shucking job for these bitches. Because the player that got attacked is on the opposite team?
Hold on 1 second.
Break.
I usually mind my business, but they saying they really think that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. Now, personally, I don't think she hates Caitlin Clark. I think that the issue is that when she's playing Caitlin Clark got racist fans that do monkey sounds and weird ass racist shit while Angel Reese is on the court. So if I'm playing against you and your fans are doing racist shit, yeah, I'm gonna have energy for you because you constantly let your friends be racist, right? No lie, Caitlin Clark fans have brought so much racism to the WNBA. You guys are racist. I don't feel like she personally hates Caitlin Clark. I do feel like she thinks that Caitlin Clark could do a better job at telling her racist fans to stop doing racist shit. That's just simply what it is. That's what I personally think it is. So maybe if her fans stop being racist, then she might not be so fueled and fired up. They literally taunt this girl and do and say f***ed up shit to her. Like, how the fuck she's at the free throw line and they're making monkey sounds? That's racist as f***. I would be mad too, bitch. And you don't do nothing about your fans.
Yeah, so what we have here, okay, are people basically doing what they always do when it comes to people of a certain demographic who clearly are in the wrong, right? They clearly make mistakes. What they do is that they make excuses and say, well, it's because of racism, right? The fans are racist. That made Angel Reese try to fight Caitlin Clark on the court, right? That is what made her try to fight. No, it's racism. It's not that Angel Reese is jealous. It's not that Angel Reese needs to get in the gym and, I don't know, spend more time practicing rather than showing her ass like everywhere that she goes, right? I mean, because that's what she was doing all off season, right? Running around with no clothes on, right? Instead of doing that, maybe she should have been in the gym practicing. And maybe, just maybe, her game would be better, right? And she would be so jealous of Caitlin Clark because ultimately that's what it comes down to, right? The honest to God truth is that Angel Reese doesn't like Caitlin Clark. Now, I'm not going to go as far as to say she doesn't like Caitlin Clark because she's white, even though I feel like it would not be unreasonable to come to that conclusion considering how, as RG3 is going to point out in this video I'm about to show you guys, Angel Reese only has this type of smoke for Caitlin Clark and Caitlin Clark only, as if this is personal, okay? That is what's going on here.
So where was this type of reaction last year when Angel Reese got chokeslammed by Alyssa Thomas of the Connecticut Sun? Y'all remember that? She got fouled so hard, they kicked Aaliyah Thomas out the game with a flagrant 2 foul. What did Angel Reese do? Nothing. She didn't get up and try to swing on her. You know why? The reaction was different because of who did it. And there is a lot of history there with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. You guys remember last year when Angel Reese celebrated Kennedy Carter getting that flagrant foul on the hip check against Caitlin Clark? You remember that? On the sideline, just, yeah, baby, get her, you get her. Who celebrates like that for a flagrant foul on another player if they don't dislike that player? Okay, you want some more evidence? Here's some more evidence. Remember last year when they were talking about who gets the credit for the expansion and the eyeballs and the popularity boost of women's basketball? Not just the WNBA, but women's basketball in general, because of the spike in the women's NCAA tournament and in WNBA viewership. A lot of people were attributing that to Caitlin Clark, and rightfully so. This is what Angel Reese had to say, and I quote, "People are talking about women's basketball. You never would think they'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to the games. We got celebrities coming to the games, sold out arenas just because of one single game. Just looking at that, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on to be that for my teammates. I know I'll go down in history. I'll look back in 20 years and be like, the reason we're watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too. I want y'all to realize that." Now, I heard a lot of people say that I or others have made Angel Reese the villain. Did you not just hear herself call herself the bad guy? She called herself the villain. I'm not making her the villain. She's making herself the villain.
I don't talk about women's sports the same way that y'all talk about women's sports. Y'all handle them with kid gloves. I'm not finna do that. While y'all want to talk about that stupid non-flagrant foul that happened yesterday, I'm gonna talk about something that I know none of y'all know nothing about. Chicago Sky, come to the front of the table, bro. Come to the front. Hey, Courtney Vandersloot, tell the class how you played 30 minutes and you put up 4 points. Kia Nurse, you played 20 minutes and you put up 4 points, 0 boards. And Angel, you too. You know the biggest problem when it comes to handling Angel Reese? Y'all don't hold her to the same standard that you would hold like a LeBron James to. I'm talking about pre-championships. Y'all still held him to a way bigger standard. If LeBron had a game where he grabbed 17 boards but he put up 12 points, y'all would say he need to work on converting. Y'all would say he need to work on finishing. You would say he's not a complete player yet. Meanwhile, y'all talk about Angel, and it's like y'all talk about her through the same lens as LeBron post rings. Angel, you need to work on conversions, yo. Chicago Sky got belt put to Tukis, and you was a part of that. Keeper Dubinsky, your whole team played trash yesterday. I don't want to hear no more beef between her and Caitlin Clark so she could put up more than 12 points a game. And by the way, they don't even play the same position. Keep talking about who could do who job better. Caitlin Clark drops 20 points a game, bro. And she is a point guard. Angel Reese is a small forward. That's why her finishing after grabbing all them boards matters. But you don't know all that, because you don't watch hoop. You race bait.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that. Of course, RG3 is getting backlash from the pro-blacks, right, and the race hustlers online because they're upset that he told the truth. They also don't like the fact that RG3 is married to a white woman. That's also why they don't like what he has to say, okay? I want you guys to understand, these people always show us every single time who the real racists are, right, in this country, okay? You have this person, Kelsey Nicole Nelson. She says, "Let's please stop with this irresponsible narrative. Caitlin Clark was the aggressor in the hard foul on Angel Reese. Angel obviously didn't like the flagrant foul and let her know it's competitive play. They have both been on the record saying they respect each other's games as competitors." This dude, Tulane Tiger, he says, "You the first quarterback in NFL history to go second overall, win Rookie of the Year, then get benched for a mediocre white guy drafted by your team because they never wanted your black ass and still out here tap dancing for them people. You just finally found a black barber and a hairstylist last week. Soon as you started looking too black on the air, them people fired you. Now you on Twitter antagonizing a black woman for clicks. You keep trying to fit in with the people who keep reminding you of your place amongst them. Do better." Yeah, so again, what we have here is RG3 telling the truth, and because he's black, also because he has a white wife as well too. That's definitely a part of it. And the crazy part about it is that they don't hide it. They just tell you straight up that part of the reason they don't like RG3 telling the truth is because he has a white wife. Okay, this guy Tay Sweezy, he says you have to be careful around a person like RG3. Just because he is African American doesn't mean he's one of us. His loyalty is with his white wife and their white community. Angel Reese does not hate that woman. She's honestly tired of the death threats and the racist remarks from media people like you. Been trying to compare the two of them since college. Let these women hoop and make their money before you end up like a lot of these media people when they speak out of turn. I bet $100 you wouldn't go out to Baltimore and say what you just said to the community. Y'all media people get too comfortable behind those phones of yours like people can't touch you. Be safe, RG3. Don't become an easy target. Wow, that sounds like a threat, right? This is what they do every single time. Simple criticism of an athlete, right? Of a black athlete. If you are a black person and they see you as a sellout, as somebody that is standing up for white people or whatever, right? However they interpret it, right? The silly way they interpret it, they basically threaten you. Low key, that's a threat, right? Telling RG3, don't become an easy target, okay? Say, hey, you won't go to Baltimore and say what you said, right, to that community. And I guess that goes both ways in the sense that a lot of these pro-blacks, you know, that are talking about, you know, how much they hate white people and stuff like that, how bad they are, they won't go to the so-called white community saying those things. Right, I guess you can say it goes both ways, okay? This person says, RG3 is intentionally leading into a narrative that Angel Reese has already dispelled. To continue this type of yellow journalism is not only divisive and irresponsible, RG3 continues to center issues of race in an almost fetishizing way. Yeah, again, these people are hilarious, absolutely hilarious. You have the pro-blacks coming out of woodwork, call them racial slurs and all types of stuff, right? It's all over X. I'm not going to read the racial slurs and stuff like that because it's all the same low IQ stuff we hear all the time when black people have opinions that are grounded in reality, right? So with that being said, we got to talk about the WNBA because as you guys saw in some of these previous videos, the race hustlers, the blacks and the pro-blacks are out here crying, talking about that there was racism involved here, right? That the comments that fans made during the game were racist, okay? And the WNBA has opened up an investigation into this alleged racism that apparently caused Angel Reese to want to fight Caitlin Clark. So let's read here. The WNBA is investigating alleged racial comments from a fan or multiple fans directed towards Angel Reese during the Sky's game against the Fever on Saturday. A source with knowledge of the situation told the Post, quote, the WNBA strongly condemns racism, hate, and discrimination in all forms. They have no place in our league or our society. The league said in a statement Sunday, quote, we are aware of the allegations and are looking into the matter. It's unclear where the comments occurred during the Fever's 93-58 win at Gainesbridge Fieldhouse, but tempers did flare between Reese and Caitlin Clark, rivals dating back to their time at LSU and Iowa, respectively, in the third quarter after Reese grabbed an offensive rebound and Clark proceeded to commit a hard foul to prevent a shot. Yeah, so 93-58, a complete and total blowout. Complete and total blowout. So the WNBA has decided that they're going to lean into this silly narrative that, well, the fans were racist, right? The fans are making racist comments and they need to be investigated. This is what the WNBA is doing. At this point, I don't know why any white person would show up to these WNBA games. The WNBA is basically letting people know, hey, we don't like certain types of fans, right? We don't like fans that come to the game and that, you know, hey, do what fans do. Fans say all types of stuff. Okay, and I'm not saying that it's necessarily right for them to say mean things, but that's what fans do. When you're playing a sport, you're going to have to deal with heckling. You're going to have to deal with the fans saying all types of crazy stuff. I mean, players say all types of crazy stuff on the court. You know, it is what it is. It's sports, right? This is what makes sports great, okay? But the WNBA doesn't want to be great, right? They're trying their best to destroy their league. That's what they're trying to do. Because this whole investigating the racism thing is crazy to me, right? You're investigating fans for racism. It's just an excuse to excuse Angel Reese's unexcusable behavior. That's the only thing that's going on here. in a statement, the WNBA Players Association supported the league's investigation and also condemned that type of conduct. Quote, such behavior is unacceptable in our sport, the WNBPA said in a statement. Under the WNBA's no space for hate policy, we trust the league to thoroughly investigate and take swift, appropriate action to ensure a safe and welcoming environment for all. Saturday wasn't the first time that Fever fans allegedly directed racial comments towards an opposing player either. Last year, following a 2-game sweep of Indiana in the playoffs, former Sun star Alyssa Thomas blasted Fever fans over alleged racial comments and said she's never experienced anything like that from any other fan base during her career. Quote, it's unacceptable. Honestly, there's no place for it. Thomas, now with the Mercury, told reporters, quote, we've been professional throughout the entire thing, but I've never been called the things that I've been called on social media, and there's no place for it. Basketball is headed in a great direction, but we don't want fans that are going to degrade us and call us racial things. It's uncalled for and something needs to be done, whether it's them checking their fans or the league. There's no time for it anymore. Yeah, so, look, here's the thing. Apparently, the WNBA, these women, they don't want mass viewership, right? They don't want white people watching their games, right? I mean, they're just hell-bent on destroying their league because I have not seen any evidence of the alleged racism that these players are experiencing, right? Maybe I need to go to an Indiana game, right, to see, okay, if there is all this racism, okay? Because we haven't heard any audio. You would think for a league, for players that are claiming that they're being called racial slurs all the time, we will have some type of audio, right? Some type of audio of some fan saying something outrageous, okay? But we don't have that, okay? We have no evidence of this stuff. They've come out and made these accusations multiple times, and there's never, again, never any video evidence, never any real evidence whatsoever to back up the claims, but they keep saying it. Mainly because they don't like that Caitlin Clark is now the face of the league, okay? And they don't like that because she is white. They don't like the fact that more white people are watching the game, right? That the WNBA has become more relevant, not because of the lesbian black women, but because of this straight white woman who is dominating, okay? Who is better than all of them, to be honest with you. When you look at her value, okay, what she actually brings to the league, yeah, I mean, it's undisputable. It's undisputable. And that is what a lot of these players hate. And this is why their boohoo whine and crying racism is a deflection from the fact that they're the ones that are actually the racists here. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.